Good evening. Welcome to the University of South Dakota. I'm Venki Venkatachalam. I'm the Dean of the Beacom School of Business. We are the flagship business school in the state of South Dakota and the regional leader in business education. All our programs are accredited by AACSB International, the gold standards for business education. We get consistently ranked very high by several entities like US News and World Report, Princeton Review, and many other national and global agencies. At the Beacom School of Business, we have an incredibly talented and dedicated faculty and staff all working together to build a world-class career for all of our students. In the next few minutes, you're going to hear from several of our faculty, staff, alumni, and students, and they all are going to share their experience of being at the Beacom School of Business to work with the students to give them a world-class learning experience. So I want to thank you all for joining us today at this virtual open house. And at this point, I would like to introduce Stacy O'Connor, who is our recruiting specialist. Stacy.
All right, thank you. Hi, my name is Stacy O'Connor, and I'm the Business School Recruiting Specialist. I will be the moderator today. We will begin by introducing the panel, and we're going to start with our Associate Dean.
Hi, I'm Davi Dykstra. I'm the Associate Dean here at the School of Business, and I also teach real estate and business ethics.
Hi, my name's Thomas Tiart. I teach statistics and analytics in the School of Business.
Hey there, I'm Carrie Winkle. I'm a senior at USD, majoring in math and accounting with a minor in finance.
My name is Sarah Barthel. I'm also a senior here at USD, and I'm a marketing major.
I'm Carol Southwinter, and I teach in the Health Service Administration department.
I'm Jason Porter, and I teach accounting here at the Beacom School.
Hi, I'm Curly Hurd. I am the Manager of Student Services with the Beacom School of Business.
I'm Anna Christensen, and I manage the Career Success Center for the Beacom School of Business.
Hello, I'm Tyler Custis, and I'm a lecturer of business law.
Hi, I'm Eric Mucky. I'm a 2014 graduate of the Beacom School of Business, and I work as a project manager at Meta Payment Systems in Sioux Falls.
All right, thank you guys very much. So Eric, you are a Beacom School Business alum. Tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you now, and why did you choose the Beacom School of Business?
Currently, I'm a project manager, like I mentioned, at the Meta Payment Systems in Sioux Falls. So I consider my day job, sometimes night job. What I do is I lead up to 4 teams at any given time related to any enterprise initiative at Meta Payment Systems. And so what Meta does is they are one of the leading prepaid sponsoring companies in the United States. And so I essentially help bring business to Meta. And so and my other role is I'm the president of the board of directors for a Sioux Falls-based nonprofit called the Lost and Found Association. We focus on reducing levels of depression and suicide on college campuses, and we're currently based at USD SDSU in Dakota State. What brought me to the Beacom School of Business? Really, there were a few things that were really pertinent in my mind. I came from a small farming community in South Dakota, and so if I really wanted to study business, I wanted to choose a place that had really good accreditation, so in this case, AACSB Accreditation, the highest accreditation in the world. I wanted a school that was relatively small but still had the opportunities of a much larger university, and I wanted it to be in-state, both from a location standpoint but also for cost. And USD was clearly the best option in terms of tuition, but also from the standpoint of earning scholarships. And even more than that, though, was the fact that the academic programs that were here at USD were exactly what I was looking for. At the time, I was looking for accounting, and what it turned out to be was econ. That was what I really enjoyed and found a passion for, and I've really found a lot of really great experiential learning opportunities here. Being able to be a part of Coyote Capital Management and help manage a $1 million portfolio was a huge opportunity that I was able to be a part of right away when I came to USD. And there were more things that the Beacom School of Business really helped support me being a part of student government, being a part of honors, being able to complete, as part of the honors program, being able to complete an honors thesis. Beacom really helped me succeed in that realm and be able to support those goals of mine you know, on a grander scale. But even adding on to that was the social atmosphere. I felt very much at home here. The size was, like I mentioned, a big factor in that, but also being able to meet a lot of peers who were very like-minded, both in the business school and my other academic endeavors. And so really USD, as soon as I got here, was really, I figured out the whole package. And so that's really why I chose USD.
Great. Well, thank you so much, Eric. Vivi, Eric mentioned AACSB Accreditation. Can you talk to us about what AACSB Accreditation really means?
Yes, Eric has alluded to the fact that it is the highest level of accreditation that a school of business can have. So AACSB stands for the Association to Advance Collegiate Schools of Business, and we have, here at USD, had accreditation at the Beacom School of Business since 1949. Less than 5% of the business schools worldwide have this accreditation and attain this particular recognition. So we're really proud of that. But it is very rigorous for us to accomplish and maintain this kind of accreditation. We go through a process of reviewing our curriculum and reviewing our majors and our courses to be sure that they are top-notch, that they address the most current things that you need to have addressed and the most relevant concepts for schools of business. We also, as a part of our accreditation, need to ensure that you have the best faculty. And as Dean Benke had indicated a little earlier, we do have some of the best faculty teaching here. You'll have high-quality faculty as your teachers. We do not use teaching assistants to teach our classes, so you'll have fully qualified faculty as your professors. And our faculty maintain their currency through things such as research that we continue to do and the continual regular engagement and interaction with the business community, meaning business professionals and the business world as a whole. So you'll be exposed to real-life world examples as you work throughout your class and as we develop our curriculum for you to take as you attend here at USD. In addition, because of our accreditation, you'll get a greater return on your collegiate investment. This is because accreditation ensures that your faculty do have the latest business ideas, theories, and practical skills, but you'll also have opportunities to engage yourself and interact yourself with business professionals. And so, as a result, from our program and because of our AACSB accreditation, you will be recognized worldwide by top employers who will seek you for your jobs and seek our graduates on a regular routine basis. And that's because world-class careers start here.
All right. Thank you so much, Vivi. So, Jason, you are an accounting professor. Can you tell us about how students learn in your classroom?
You know, I think all of us as instructors and professors here at the Beacom School want the same thing for our students. We want to make sure that our students are better prepared for their business careers when they leave our classes as they were when they first walked in to our classrooms. And, you know, each of us has a different way of accomplishing that. Personally, I have 3 different things that I focus on or work on with my students to help them reach that goal of being better prepared for the business world. And so the first thing that I do is active learning, which means you'll never come into my class and hear me lecture for the whole period. Instead, we'll work on problems together. You'll work on problems with groups while I answer questions. You'll have group discussions or other activities that get you learning the concepts that we're talking about throughout the course. In some of my classes, I've taken that even further, where I don't lecture at all in my classes. Instead, all of the lecture material is pre-recorded on YouTube. And when you come to class, I expect you to watch those videos, and then we go through problems and examples together that allow me to wander around and help individual students with specific questions on the homework or other projects that we're doing. So it's more actively engaging because we're working on the things that we're trying to learn. The second thing that I do is a lot of group work, and I know all of us do group discussions and group work in our classes because that's the way the business world works. Very rarely will you work with just one other individual or by yourself on a project. So we want to make sure that we're teaching in group settings. The other thing that group work does that's not business world oriented as much, but just basic teaching oriented, is that group work gets you discussing and applying concepts as you talk with each other and learning maybe what you don't know and need to go back and study. So it cements these concepts in your memory. The last thing that I do with my students is I have a recruiter driven curriculum, meaning that every time I talk with a professional, a recruiter, a business manager, a partner with an accounting firm, whoever it may be, I ask them, what's going on in your profession, what's going on with the different activities that you're doing, what do you notice that students are missing, so that I can incorporate those ideas into my teaching. And over time, that last piece has probably become the most important thing I do, because it's led to the other two. I teach entirely differently now than I did when I started in academia because of this feedback from professionals. And we pull all of that together, active learning, group work, and feedback from professionals and partners and others. We get students who are ready to go out and succeed in the business world.
All right, great. Thank you so much, Jason. Carol, can you tell us a little bit about health services administration and describe some opportunities for students to learn outside of the classroom?
Absolutely. I joined the Beacom School of Business Health Services Administration degree about a year and a half ago, and it was a great move. It's a great fit. We're highly, highly recognized in this region. We have Sanford and Avera as well as regional and areas, hospitals within 60 miles in any direction, and we're in a prime location. But really I have something exciting to ask you, and that is, do you want to see the world with me? Because I've been able to offer faculty-led programs. I'm advancing, but it's not advancing. Thanks. There we go. So one thing that's a little secret that I want to let you in on is that healthcare is a big business. For years and years we had healthcare and then we had business. Well, in healthcare we have accounting, we have economics, we have finance, we have decision making that we've just found out about. So we are also in healthcare 16% of the gross domestic product in the United States right now, far more, double any other country in the world, and for certain any industrialized country in our developing countries. So join me to, go ahead, so join me to look at different areas of the country. And so what we do, and one of the poster there is one example of storyboarding that I've been doing now. We're using pictures to try to relate the information rather than reading it. And my students could look at that picture and tell you exactly what it meant. It would take them about a half an hour, so I'll condense it here. So I call it us versus them. The United States healthcare system is very fragmented, which means we're only a little over 200 years old, so we've taken parts from other countries that do it well, and we've put it all into one. As a result, we're not like anything else. So if you want to look at employer base, which is what all of us, 80% of us have, that's under the big umbrella of 80%, our Blue Cross Blue Shield, that's exactly what socialized health insurance is in Germany. So let's go to Germany and check it out, and we can see some of the intricacies that we can do to improve ours. Our United States military system is exactly, it's a hierarchical system. You go from one to the other. That's just like Cuba. Or, if you don't like Cuba, it's just like Great Britain. We have our U.S. Medicare system. That is exactly like our friends to the north, Canada, so we can study that. Our uninsured or underinsured people are like a third world country, like Ghana or Cambodia. On our last slide. So I'll take you these places and we can study these. These are the places that I've been to with our students in the last 4 years, 3 years for sure. This year we went to Cuba. We're heading to Ghana in 27 days. And next year we'll be going back to Germany, Switzerland, and France, where the pharmaceutical industry is. So I'd like to invite you to become a globetrotter and learn while you're doing faculty-led programs. So join me.
All right, great. Thank you so much. That's interesting. Sarah, you are the president of both the American Marketing Society and Alpha Phi. Why would you recommend that these incoming students get involved in student organizations and group life?
I would say my biggest piece of advice to incoming freshmen is to choose 2 organizations to really get involved in. One professional one and then one personal one that you can have some fun with. So when I first came to USC as a freshman, I was involved in a lot of organizations, which is an awesome way to meet people and kind of figure out what your talents are and what you're interested in. And once you figure out those things, choose 2 of them to kind of hone in on your skills and really get involved in what it takes you places. So the 2 that I chose were American Marketing Association and Greek Life at USC. So American Marketing Association gives me the opportunity to do real-world marketing experience. It's opened the door to hundreds of networks that I can meet and access to go and get jobs. And then we work on a case study, so it really gives you things to build up your resume and give you something to talk about when you go in for an interview. And then I chose to join Greek Life, so I'm a part of Alpha Phi, and that has given me the opportunity to meet so many great people. a lot of my really close friends through that. In addition, it's given me the opportunity to give back to the community. So we have events throughout the year where we raise money for different philanthropy organizations, and then get involved in hanging out with students and study within your organization. So both of these will open the door to networks for you and give you leadership experience. You can run for roles and give you experience in conflict management, time management, and organization. So choose two that you love and get involved in those.
All right, thank you so much, Sarah. So Anna, Sarah just mentioned networking and making connections through student organizations in Greek life. You also help students make connections at the Career Success Center. Can you tell us about the Career Success Center and how you help students find success?
Absolutely. The Career Success Center's purpose is to assist students in the School of Business with both their internship and their full-time job searches. We're a full-service office that provides one-on-one student services, and we help students with a variety of projects related to their ultimate career success. So we can work on helping a student draft their resume. Perhaps you already have a resume, you want to perfect it. Maybe you're thinking about a job search here in the area or out of the area. We're happy to help you think about your own personal job search strategies and prepare you for interviews. We do mock interviews in that office to help prepare you for whatever interview might be upcoming. In addition to one-on-one services, we also coordinate programs on campus that are designed to help hone your career skills and that do lead to an employment. These programs bring in recruiters, employers, alumni who are interested in hiring USD students, and they want to be engaged in our programs that way. We also bring employers individually and recruiters to campus. Perhaps there's an internship that a company is looking to fill. They'll call us and say, we want to interview the School of Business students in a certain major, and we schedule those type of events, both in the fall semester and the spring, and those opportunities are great because you really could find your ultimate dream job without even leaving campus. So it's really a great opportunity for Beacom students. Last year, the Career Success Center, when we were tracking our alumni, our graduates, so our May graduates last year achieved a 92% employment rate within 3 months after graduation. That also includes students who are going on to graduate school. And what that shows is the job market is strong, and our students, when they graduate, are finding careers in their field. The average starting salary is almost $39,000, and that really shows us a range of what opportunities are out there. We have many students who end up with careers in the 50s, in the $50,000 range, and other students who are starting out in a more burgeoning field with a little bit of a lower salary, but the average starting salary is a healthy $39,000. I do want to share just some recent employers who've been here on campus or who've recently hired our students. And you can see a lot of familiar names here on this board, some of them regional. We do have a lot of representation here on the I-29 corridor. A lot of employers know us and know the business school well and like to hire our employees. But then we also have quite a few national employers who know of our success, who have liked hiring our graduates, and who continue to seek students here to fill their full-time vacancies. So just something to think about. You're 4 years away from that happening at least, but the field is strong and the road is well-worn for you to have a good career coming out of the Beacom School of Business.
All right, thank you so much, Anna. Next, we're going to hear from a student. So Carrie, can you tell us about why you chose the Beacom School of Business and talk about your upcoming internship? And also tell us about how you think your internship experience is going to help you.
Sure. I'll start with, first of all, why do students go to college? I'm here because I want to be more capable as an employer. I want to be competitive in the workforce, and I want to show my employers that I'm prepared for whatever job they throw my way. And so that's why I'm going to school, to get that education, and the Beacom School of Business has done an exceptional job at preparing me for that workforce. My experience so far, so last spring, I had the opportunity through the Beacom School of Business to attend Meet the Firms on campus, which is basically a networking event where tons of different businesses come in
and meet with students, talk with students about what they do as a business, and it's your chance to network. From there, I talked with KPMG, which is one of the Big Four accounting firms, and I was offered to attend their leadership program during the summer. And I interviewed with several people at their business in Omaha and was offered a spring internship in spring of 2017 for an accounting internship. And that was really exciting for me because I was still a little bit younger then, and it was nice to kind of secure an internship already. So then over Christmas break, actually, I ended up going to Ireland for a faculty-led trip for a class, and I absolutely loved it. And I knew that the Big Four accounting firms were worldwide, international businesses, and I knew that KPMG was in Ireland. And so I thought, why not ask about what the internship process is abroad? So I reached out to my contact in the Omaha office at KPMG and just kind of inquired about what are the possibilities of interning abroad in Ireland, how does it work? And through that contact, I was able to get an interview with the Ireland office and was offered a summer internship with Ireland KPMG, which is a huge opportunity that I'm so excited about that I wouldn't have gotten if it weren't for the Beacom School of Business networking events that they provide here. What do I expect to gain from those internships? I haven't gone on them yet, but I expect to gain a lot. Obviously, experience. Nowadays, you need more than just a degree. You need work experience. And so I know that when I graduate, I'll have my degree, I'll have my solid foundation of education, but I'll also have significant experience to draw upon when I'm actually in a career. I'm going to be exposed to different types of working professionals in different markets. From Omaha to Ireland, completely different places. I'm going to be meeting with tons of different people, and that's so important for me to be able to interact with different people. And obviously then the knowledge that I'm going to gain is unbelievable. Finally, my advice to you, the biggest thing that I can tell you is you have to reach out and take advantage of the opportunities that are in front of you. The Beacom School of Business and USD does a great job at making sure that there are those opportunities there for students. They have tons of networking events. They help you with your resume. They prepare you with a solid foundation of education, but they're not going to hand you opportunities. You have to be willing to step out on a ledge and take advantage of those and take them for everything that they have to offer.
Thank you so much, Carrie. So next we're going to hear from another professor. Tyler, can you discuss the different majors available and give us some examples of the types of jobs that you can get with a business degree?
Sure. Thanks, Stacy. So as you can see from my PowerPoint there are 11 majors that the Beacom School of Business offers in a variety of different fields within the discipline of business. Now, you may be the individual that just knows right now that you want to go out and start a new business, that you're passionate about this. So right away, you may come in and want to be an innovation and entrepreneurship major. Maybe you've always said, I want to work in the business of healthcare, so I'm going to know right now I'm going to major in health services administration. But if that's you, you're in the minority. Most people coming to college really don't have a very good idea of what exactly they want to major in. And we know that, and so what we do is take you within that first year. We're going to get you in a class called Survey of Business, hopefully in that fall semester, but maybe even the spring semester, and we're going to introduce all of these disciplines to you. We're going to show you about accounting and management and marketing and finance and all these different areas, and hopefully something kind of lights a fire in you, and you get fired up about a specific area of business. Now, if that happens, then you can be ushered into that major. Now, you can go through this whole process and major in things, and I think Eric talked about this a little bit of picking a major. You go into that workforce, and it's quite possible that you're not working in exactly that field. We know that, and we want to give you a great, well-rounded business education because we don't know where your career is going to go exactly. We want to give you these fundamental skills that you can use throughout your career. So it's our goal at the Beacom School that you come, you get fired up about one area, you have a lot of opportunities, a lot of learning that goes on, and you can make an effective impact where you can value add to the organization you work for and value add to the world that you live in.
All right. Thank you so much, Tyler. So next we're going to hear from Dr. Tom T. Hart. Can you tell us about the new business majors and what kind of jobs are available for students pursuing degrees in these new areas of business?
Yes, thank you, Stacy. We're very excited to have these two new majors just approved last week. Of course, they were in process for much longer than that. It went back well over a year, probably the last 18 months we've been working on these. But they've both been approved now, and we're very glad that they have been. Innovation and entrepreneurship is the first one I'm going to talk about. I can hit the button there. And in this area, typically people will think of starting their own business, and that's certainly one avenue that you can take in this field. You can start your own business, and we will equip you to do that. But there's also lots of opportunities to do this in corporate settings, in governmental settings, even in non-governmental organizations and in charities, because all of those places have new initiatives that they need to bring up. And when they do that, they want someone to spearhead that, and that's what we are preparing you to do in those cases. So there's a whole spectrum of opportunities for you, and it ranges all the way from individual initiatives to very large organizations. The second new area that we just had approved is operational analytics. And of course, this one is my favorite because this is the area that I teach in. And in this world, we are leveraging data to solve problems that we could not solve without this. So for example, GE spent $1 billion getting ready for the Internet of Things, and now they are able to take a whole lot of equipment in the real world and make it more efficient, saving millions of dollars. Another example is Infinity Property and Casualty that mined their own records for fraudulent claims, took what they learned, built a predictive model, and saved themselves $12 million. A third example is predictive areas in crime prevention that can find down to a 500 square foot area likely locations for criminal activities. In Los Angeles, where they're using this, they've reduced burglaries by 33% and violent crime by 21%. So that's the power of data. So all these are opportunities that you could take, as you could take at the Beacom School of Business. And of course, please consider operational analytics.
All right, thank you so much. Next, we're going to hear from Carly. Carly, can you please explain how students progress academically through their 4 years?
Yeah, absolutely. And I first want to start by saying we are so excited to have you all here. If you haven't already come to campus, please make a visit to come see us. If you had, you maybe already met with myself or Stacey or Chad. So we are excited that you're excited about business in USD. So a little bit about the curriculum that you'll oversee when you're a student here at USD. So as earlier stated by Tyler, your first and second year, you'll work on your general education requirements along with your pre-major core. And your pre-major core are those general classes that are going to help start building your foundation for the business administration major, and they're also the prerequisites for the major. So you'll work on survey of business, which Tyler talked about is kind of a base of understanding the whole world of business, along with 2 accounting classes, 2 econ classes, business statistics, and calculus. And then after you finish those classes and you've hit 45 credit hours, so somewhere between, your sophomore year, between sophomore and junior year, some of you might come in with a lot of dual credit, so you might be a little ahead of that, which is great. And Stacy can work with you on that, and we'll talk about that more. But then you're able to apply for your major, and then your junior and senior years when you're actually taking your core classes in the business administration program, and then specifically in your major. So all of our students will take the same core classes, and then they'll take their major coursework with it. And then at the end of the day, we want you to graduate with 120 credit hours. So we're hoping about 15 credit hours a semester will put you on course to graduate in 4 years is what the end goal is. And I'm sure any parents listening feel the same way. There's also a couple accelerated graduate degree programs. So if you're thinking way down the road, what can I do with my degree? We do have MPA and MBA programs just in general, but we also have a couple of joint programs. So if you are able to start your coursework early for graduate school, maybe you're going to be done a little early, we do give you the opportunity to start your graduate coursework early. So you can get done with that early as well. So students can apply for that program between their junior and their senior year, and then their senior can actually start that coursework. And the perk of this program is based off of your GPA. If it's high enough, you can bypass taking the GMAT, which is great. And there's also graduate assistantships available for those students who are interested in getting some additional financial aid for their graduate coursework. A little bit about your advisor. So we have mandatory academic advising on USD's campus. So all of the students are assigned an academic advisor, which they are able to meet with us every semester to talk about classes. You're not out there trying to figure things out on your own. We are here to help guide you all the way through, again, to help you stay on track and graduate when you would like to graduate. So we advise students for upcoming semesters. We also can refer students to other services they might need on campus, whether it be tutoring and the business school, which we have specific tutoring just for our students, and campus has their own tutoring as well. Student counseling services, help with working with housing, or graduate admissions, anything like that we can help students with. So we are a great asset for students as they work through their college career.
All right, thank you so much, Carly. So last we're going to hear from Sarah again. Sarah, can you just talk about what resources are available if a student needs help in a class?
Yeah, sure. One of my favorite things about the Beacom School of Business is that when you come here, you're not just going to be a name on a roster or a face in a lecture hall. The professors here genuinely want to get to know you, and so you just have to make that first initial step to go out and introduce yourself, and they will help you understand the material if you're not understanding something. And then my advisor has helped me with getting a job, and he's helped me figure out which classes I need to be taking to be on the path that I want to get to. In addition, Carly mentioned that we have tutoring. So there's tutoring for accounting, statistics, econ. So maybe you're not understanding the material in one of those classes. You can just head over to the business school, and there will be somebody there that's going to help you understand the material, work with you on your homework so that you can succeed in those classes. In addition, we mentioned that the Beacom School has a lot of group work in your classes. So they provide a ton of rooms for you to go in. There's smart technology in them, so you can sit with your classmates and figure out how you're going to do, or what you're going to do for your project. Maybe you have an exam coming up and you don't understand something, or you want to explain it to somebody else. You can utilize those rooms and study with groups. So USD will provide you with all the tools that you need to succeed. You just need to step up, go out, and get them.
All right. Thank you so much, Sarah. So that concludes the presentation portion of the webinar. Now I'm going to open it up to the participants. So that's you out there. If you have questions, feel free to type the questions in the box down here. I'll type you it's in the left-hand side of your screen. I'll type a message right now so that you know where to go. So yeah, if you have any questions for any of the students, any of the faculty members, the advisor, the dean, anybody, we're happy to help to answer. Yeah. All right. We just got a question from Ahmed. So, Iowa, you're international student. Okay. Do you have questions about being an international student or admission?
I can talk a little bit about that too. We have several international students in my classes. We have people from around the world. And I'm always excited to have people from a variety of places because it can add very interesting perspectives that we can talk about. So I encourage you to come, and we're excited to have you.
So he asked if we have summer classes.
Okay. You want to take it?
Yeah, there are summer classes. Most of the classes that are offered in the summer are online classes, which may benefit you the most, obviously, if you're not here yet or if you're still at home. We do offer several online classes, both through USD and through the border regions in general. So we do have one fully online program for undergraduate, and then our graduate programs are available online as well. So it works really well for international students that may want to go home in the summer but still want to work on their education. They can take online classes while they're gone as well.
All right, thank you, Carly. What other questions do you guys have? It can be about anything. It doesn't have to be, just about what we discussed today. Anything that you're curious about, we're happy to help. While we wait for the questions, I'll just mention we do offer 2 summer camps. So if any of you are interested, we offer an accounting institute and the youth business adventure. So you all have my email addresses, and feel free to email me about that. Okay, Hunter has a question. What all does marketing entail? What kinds of jobs are available? That's a really good question. I know Sarah is a marketing major. Do you want to answer some of those questions?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
So there are a lot of different avenues you can take with marketing. I know when you say marketing, people just have kind of one broad idea of what it is, but I personally found that I'm interested in digital marketing, so there's a whole new world of digital marketing out there, and it's really taking off as everybody is online these days. Otherwise, there's like the creative side of marketing, and then there's the side with data and analytics. So there are a ton of different avenues that you can take, and once you start taking classes at the business school and getting into your marketing classes, you'll discover a little bit more about those. But there are a lot of different opportunities within that. And then as far as jobs, there's always going to be something available for marketing. Every business needs somebody to market them, otherwise you wouldn't know about them. So jobs are unlimited when it comes to marketing.
All right, thanks, Sarah. So Ahmed had a question about scholarships and online classes. So that's probably specific to you being an international student, I'm guessing. There's a restriction on like the number of classes or online classes you can only take.
Yeah, they can only take one, I believe, a semester online.
Sure.
So yeah, we might need to, and Stacey can contact you for your specific situation on being more clear on what scholarship-wise and what online classes will work for you in terms of staying in compliance with your full-time status as a student if you're here.
Yep. And Ahmed, you have my email address, so feel free to send me an email and we can discuss that. We got another question from Mason about limited placement within the College of Business or within specific majors. All right. Anna, do you want to take that question?
That's probably more probably than mine.
Yeah. So no, a lot of students will ask, is there only so many students that are allowed into certain majors? No, we don't cap a major with a certain amount or anything like that. So as long as you meet the prerequisites and the GPA requirement, you will be admitted to the major of your choice. And something else to know that you can switch between majors. So maybe you start in one major and you get into a semester of that and decide, wow, that is not what I thought it was going to be. A lot of the classes you're going to take your first 1 or 2 semesters are very much transferable between other majors because of those core classes you'll be taking, so that's not a big deal either. So don't feel like once you get here you have to know exactly what you want to do. You can kind of switch between majors. Like Eric was saying earlier, he thought he was going to be an accounting major and he ended up being an economics major. So that is totally fine, and he still graduated, I'm sure, in the time frame that he thought he would be graduating. So that's an easy fix, and it's a good chance for you to kind of feel out what your best interest might be when you're figuring out your major.
And I might add something to that, too, with health service administration. Remember, I was saying healthcare is a big business, and so it's not uncommon at all to have an HSAD major with something else minor or the other way around, because we have marketing in healthcare, we have accounting in healthcare, so it's nice to couple those two together. And a lot of my students graduate with a double major and not any more time than they would have with one.
And from the perspective of an employer, many employers come to us seeking a business major or possibly a business major with a focus in marketing. They're impressed that our business program is so encompassing. So for many specific jobs that are posted, the fact that you are majoring in the business school is enough of a preparation for the job that they have listed.
Thank you, Anna. So the next question has to do with transfer credits. I can probably answer this question. So the question is, they're transferring from a 4-year institution and they want to know, and this is Joshua, if we'll accept those credits. So it just depends. There's a transfer equivalency calculator that we have on our registrar's website that you can actually use. You can pick the college that you're coming from, and it'll show you exactly how those credits come in. I will tell you, we have really good luck with a lot of like the general education courses. When it comes to business-specific courses, you'll have some luck too, but like I said, we'll just have to look into that. don't freak out if you don't see all of your classes in the calculator, just because that calculator is based on the past history, so previous students that have transferred in. So if you don't see a class, you can work with either Chad or Carly, your academic advisors, and you know, a lot of times we'll need like a syllabus, and then what we do is we give the professor that teaches that course the syllabus to review, and they determine whether or not it's an equivalent. So we will work with you. Don't worry about transferring your credits. We're happy to do that.
And Joshua, that's something we can do before you even get here. So if you do start working with us before you get here, we can help advise you so you know exactly what you're going to have coming in, so it's not like a surprise for you once you get here. So we can start as early as today on that process for you.
And Carly, they want to know about the registration in June. They want to know if the admissions counselor will assist you in choosing the correct classes.
So the admissions counselors don't do that portion. That's actually what the academic advisors do. So myself and Chad and Stacy will be assisting, and Anna possibly. We do sit down with you at registration and help you pick out your classes for the upcoming semester. So yes, we do assist you with that. You do not have to come in with knowing what you need to be doing. That is our job. So at registration, which is fast track in the summer, part of that day is sitting down and getting registered for classes, and it will be with one of us, and we'll make sure you're all on track. And let us know of any classes you may have taken in high school, do a credit or AP credit, anything like that. We'll get that all laid out and get everything taken care of before you get here in the fall.
All right, the next question, Hunter, you're asking about the dorms. Eric, have you lived in the dorms? Eric, why don't you go ahead and answer that?
Yeah, so I didn't live with someone who had the same major as I did. Actually, it was someone very different. I think my first year in the dorms, I lived with someone who was a graphic design major, and the second year was someone in secondary ed. You know, it really depends on how you make it. I mean, it's really, for that kind of experience, it's really more about getting to know the community that you live with on your floor and get to know the people that live there. So it's not necessarily going to help or hurt you. It's really what you make of it. If you had the chance to do so, I would definitely take the opportunity, but you know, it's not going to help or hurt you either way. It's really what you make of it in the end.
Okay, great. So the next question, how many semesters, and this is from Ahmed, to take per business to get, Health Services Administration. Carol?
I'm sorry, what
So Ahmed wants to know how many semesters it takes for a business student to get a Health Services Administration major.
Well, it depends. Most of the students who go on one faculty-led program with me go on two. Almost. I just came from a class. We're getting ready to go back to Ghana, Africa in 22 days, and 5 have already been on an FLP with me, and 4 of them were just in Cuba in January 2 months ago. And so they're extending it because they value the faculty-led program study abroad, and so they want to do this. Now keep in mind that the faculty-led programs are different than a study abroad. They're not for a semester, they're for 2 to 3 weeks at the most. So we also have a practicum, and that's 6 credits. Most students choose to do that practicum in the summer between their junior and senior year. You don't have to, but they get more time in their summer in order to do that and not balance other classes. So if that, and then some will opt to do the practicum their last semester, because your practicum is really you're interviewing if you're a good fit with that organization, and they're interviewing you the whole time that you're there if you're a good fit for them. So most of them end with a job offer at the end of your practicum, and that's almost always our case. So sometimes they don't want to get that job offer and then have to go back to class for that last semester. Most of our students absolutely make it in 4 years. I would say the majority do it in 3.5, and they're graduating at semester time in December on their 3rd year. These are the ones that have a dual major, or at least a major and a minor too. So they're already taking these additional courses, and they've gone at least one place globally, if not 2. So that's kind of up to you, what you want to do. We'll help tailor that opportunity for you. If you want to get out quickly, you can. If you want to add another minor or a major, or do another faculty-led program, we can do that for you too. Some have done, not many, but some have done 2 practicums. And they think, oh, I'm hospital. You know, I'm all about working in a hospital. And then they think, well, maybe I am long-term care. And so they'll do another practicum in a long-term care facility. So we want you to graduate here prepared to at least take on your first job. And remember, you never have to stay with your first job forever. So we just want to open a door for you and give you the tools to be successful.
All right. Hunter, are there any business-specific scholarships available to an Iowa resident as an incoming freshman? Well, first of all, I just want to tell you that it has been approved that Iowa students get in-state tuition, so that's huge. You're going to save a lot of money that way. We do have some other scholarships available. I can kind of speak to those. The most popular one is probably the Coyote Commitment Scholarship, and that's available for incoming freshmen, and you're automatically eligible or automatically considered for that scholarship. So, and you want to stick with USD, so you're only eligible like as a freshman, first-time freshman. There are other business-specific scholarships, and you're not eligible for those until you're admitted into the business school, which will be like the middle of your sophomore year. And most of those scholarships are faculty recommended. So I always tell students to make sure to get to know their faculty, get to know their advisors, get involved in student organizations, because most all student organizations have a faculty member as a mentor. So that's another way to really get to know your faculty. I hope I answered your question. Yes, there are lots of scholarships, and if you want me to send you more information, you can always email me, and I can do that tomorrow. Okay. Josh, if my parents are USD alums and I'm a resident of South Dakota, does that help my tuition, or is there, okay. Well, you're going to get the best rate available, which is the in-state rate. You know, with you being a resident of South Dakota, you automatically qualify for in-state tuition. We also offer child of alumni tuition rate, which is the same as in-state tuition, but since you already get in-state tuition, it's not really going to benefit you anymore. But go yes, I'm happy that I'm happy your parents are alums.
It's a pride.
Pride, yeah. Great. We look forward to you attending as well, Hunter. Yes, and do email me. I think all of you should have gotten an email from me today, so I look forward to hearing from you. All right, I'll open it up for any last questions. Otherwise, we will probably come to an end here. All right. Well, thank you all so much for attending. We will make this recording available, so I'll probably send this out if you want to watch it again. And then, of course, feel free to email me as well as your admissions counselors with any questions. We're so happy that you attended.
Oh, yeah.